Roman, what's this?
Look.
It's a neural network?
Yeah.
So what's a neural network?
No.
I've always thought neural networks were really hard and confusing until I actually researched them and I figured out it was just the way people explained them. When I finally figured out, I was like, wait, is it really just that? It's so easy, I even taught my little brother a bit about it. In this video, I will show you guys how neural networks, the brain in AI works, what simple math they do, how they learn, and how AIs today use them. So let's get right into it. This is a neural network. If you don't already know what a neural network is, you can imagine it as a filter where inputs go in. It smartly filters the inputs until it gives a good output. These inputs can only be numbers, but there are smart workarounds where you can put in all kinds of things, like even images. Neural networks are behind every single AI, including image generation and text generation. Instead of explaining huge neural networks, we're going to make a smaller version so that it's easier to understand. So each one of these little circles is called a neuron. These were inspired by the human brain. Each neuron has a value, in which the input neurons have set values, but the output neuron we don't know yet because we have to do a calculation to figure that out. Every input neuron is connected to the output neuron by something called a weight. Each weight has a value from -1 to +1, that is a decimal. And there is another value that is called a bias that is connected to the output neuron. Once again, we do not know the value of the output neuron because we have to do a calculation. To find the value of the output neuron, the first thing we have to do, we have to look at the first input neuron and multiply it by the weight. And then we look at the second input neuron and then multiply it by its weight. And we save these values. But also, there can be as many input neurons as you want, but you still have to do the exact same formula. Once you get these two products, you add them together and then add them by the bias. And then this, for us, equals 1.12. After this value goes through an activation function. All the activation function does is put the number from a certain value to another certain value. So the activation function that I'm using is tan h. This activation function makes the output a value from -1 to +1. So for example, if we had a value like 5, that value is too big, so it would convert it into a number from 1 to -1. So our number is 1.12, which is over 1, but whenever we do the tan calculation, it equals 0.8. So now that we understand a little mini network, we can just add more onto it. So we just add the same thing onto it and connect all the weights. Now when we look at this, you can see that the values that we have right here highlighted in this box equal these values right here. Now this neural network isn't intelligent in any way because all the weights and biases are random. You can think of it like a car using this neural network, and then instead of slowing down, it just randomly runs into a wall. Not intelligent at all. The outputs it gives are based on random weights and biases, so it'll do random things. So we need to find a way to set these weights and biases to make the answer intelligent. So we can give the neural network the correct answers or the value that we want it to produce, and using something called backpropagation, it can figure out how to tweak the biases and the weights until it equals the desired output. It calculates the difference between the output and the target, and based on how wrong it was, it just tweaks them. So we can watch what the learning would look like. So as you can see, slowly but surely, the outputs become the desired outputs. So to add an example, let's say that this was a next word predictor, and the values that were in the input equal the word the, and the values that were supposed to be the next word that we had here were cat. When we then feed the neural network the word the, it equals the word cat as its prediction. And then we add the values of cat back into the neural network, and we set the target value to the word was because that's the word we want to be next. And then using backpropagation, we make the word cat also equal the word was. So now we know that these weights and biases make the word cat equal to the word was. But there is a problem here. Whenever we tweak the values to make cat equal to the word was, we also kind of messed up the values for the word the equaling to cat. So when we input the again and we use the same weights, it gives us a value that does not equal anything. The only solution to this is to add more layers. So this layer of neurons is called the hidden layer, and the more hidden layers you have, the more patterns that it can learn. The current version of ChatGPT is said to have about 200 hidden layers. This means it can learn all kinds of patterns and be able to understand any question. So whenever we have the hidden layer and we do backpropagation for the hidden layer weights, we now have the is equal to cat and cat is also equal to was without interfering with each other. So I have been making a neural network inside of Scratch, and so that I can make my AI better. But I will say it is taking some time because neural networks aren't as easy as Markov chains, and they are pretty complex. So you can say that this video is part 1.5. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that everything made sense for you. If it doesn't, you can always ask questions in the comments. I want to make sure that you understand neural networks. Please comment anyway, even if you don't have a question. I love comments a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.
But